All right, today we're talking about the basics of healing the gut. And as you may or may not know, the gut is one of the most important factors in disease and wellness overall. If your gut's not happy and healthy, you are not happy and healthy. Gut health impacts every aspect of your health, so that includes blood sugar, cholesterol, mood. Your gut is like 75% of your immune system. So if that's not important, especially nowadays, I don't know what is. And in functional medicine, in order to heal the gut, we have something called the 5R protocol or the 4R protocol, depending on which training that you received. So the 5 R's that I am used to through IFM at least are 1, remove, so removing things that are bad. 2, replacing the digestive juices. 3, replenishing or reinoculating the microbiome. 4, repairing the gut itself, that actual physical barrier. And 5, rebalancing your whole lifestyle to help support your newly tuned up gut. All right, so step 1 is removing what shouldn't be there. So this is things like bacteria, if you have an infection, or yeast overgrowth, like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth like SIBO or SIFO, which is the same thing but fungal. So small background on that. The small intestine is not supposed to have a ton of bacteria in there, but when there's too much, like if you have low stomach acid and things are getting through more than they should be, it can cause a lot of gas and bloating, especially like an hour or so after you eat. You also want to remove things like toxins, parasites, stress, all those sorts of things. You want to take a look at what's going on in your body and see if there's anything that needs to be taken out that's causing the problems with the gut. Number 2, we want to replace the digestive secretions like bile acid, like stomach acid, those sorts of things. And stomach acid can be low because you're stressed out. And that actually leads me to an important side note, because low stomach acid can actually be a cause of GERD or gastrointestinal reflux. A lot of people know that as heartburn. There can be belching or burping kind of involved with that, and generally it doesn't feel great. But anyway, that can be caused by low stomach acid. And here's how that works. When your stomach is not producing enough acid, so like if you are not eating the right foods, if you're super stressed out, that can lower your stomach acid. That can cause worse problems because food kind of stays in your stomach for longer and it doesn't digest as fast, it doesn't move through, so it causes more gas. And that low stomach acid, like a little bit of it gets in the burp essentially and goes up into your esophagus. And that causes that warm, heartburny type feeling. And this is not always the case, but for a lot of people, that's what's happening. And so that's part of the reason that I hate proton pump inhibitors, that I hate those sorts of things, just because your body needs stomach acid in order to function properly. So I don't understand why so many people are suppressing that and so many doctors are okay with that, because we're not able to absorb our food properly. Kind of a problem in my opinion, but maybe I'm alone here. I don't know. But anyway, going back to the other secretions like bile acids and that sort of thing, those are important for digesting your food in general. And those can be thrown off by surgery, by diet choices, by lifestyle things. All kinds of things can throw that off as well. So getting that assessed is something that would be important for healing the gut as well. So moving on to number 3, replenish or reinoculate. So once you have removed the bad things and replaced the good things that you need to actually digest food, you want to replenish or reinoculate the GI system with good microbiomes. And the key here is getting the diversity of the bacteria up. There aren't great studies for which specific bacteria are best, but the studies that are out there show that the more types of bacteria you have in your GI system, the healthier you will be, the better you will be able to digest all kinds of food, and the healthier that you will be overall. The more good signals that your gut will send out to the rest of your body and allow it to kind of relax into that healing process. And that is super, super, super important. So ways that you can replenish your good gut bugs are through probiotics. And again, the more strains, the better. There are some functional medicine people, I have heard say that you should pick a probiotic that has at least 10 different strains in it. And that's, again, just to help promote the diversity of what you're putting into your GI system. Then once you get the good gut bugs in there, you want to actually feed them. So prebiotics, or also known as dietary fiber. And there are supplements that can help with this, but eating vegetables, eating lots of different types of vegetables, getting those different colored phytonutrients in your diet are super important. Because each little thing it might not even impact your own health specifically, but it impacts the diversity and the health of your microbiome, which I already emphasized was very, very important. And the good news is it doesn't really take that long to adjust the microbiome because it's an ever-changing thing. And there are studies that have shown that you can make a significant difference in just 3 days if you are doing the things like removing the foods that are hurting the diversity, adding in a lot of different vegetables, a lot of different fruits, a lot of different colors, and doing things like reducing stress, because stress also impacts the microbiome. All right, we are finally in step 4 of actually repairing the gut. And this is an important step, although you don't really have to do a whole lot extra. Just make sure that you're getting your body the right nutrients that it needs, because the gut will heal itself once all of those damaging things are removed. There are things you can do to help support that whole healing process, and that would be taking a high quality fish oil, taking a high quality multivitamin, and adding glutamine supplements in there to help with GI healing and letting the body heal. And finally, once you've done all that, you want to rebalance your lifestyle. You want to make sure that you are getting enough sleep. You are having good relationships, good supportive relationships with people. You have friends, you have family, or whatever fulfills you in life. You have purpose. And this is kind of where the life coaching part of me comes in, like finding that purpose and living from a happier, healthier place in general. But also just reducing stress, making sure you continue to eat healthy foods. And the good news is once you've repaired the gut, a lot of food intolerances and sometimes food allergies just go away, because that was the problem in the first place. It wasn't an actual allergy. It was that your body was so inflamed that it was attacking everything that came through. So a lot of people do notice improvements in allergy symptoms or food intolerances, that sort of thing. And you can then kind of branch out your diet to include more of those things once in a while that cause a little bit of damage to the gut, because your gut is kind of primed for it and it's ready to appropriately fight those foods. So I hope that was helpful. It was probably a little longer than most of the videos that go, but this is a really important topic. And if anything, I think it kind of demonstrates how important it can be to see someone like a functional medicine practitioner or have a health coach guide you through these sorts of things, because it's very complicated and it takes a lot of effort and research to figure out what's going on with all these things. So once again, I do have functional medicine consults available for people in Wisconsin, and I do have health and life coaching combined in a program together for those of you outside of the state. I would be happy to talk to any one of you about those services if you're interested in really transforming your health and your life and getting back on track and finding your purpose. Have a great day, guys. See you next week.